Hey, my name's Nick and I'm a full-time reseller. And today I'm going to talk to you about my January in which I listed every single day. And I kind of want to tell you what happened. Here's the report, the sales report for January 2026. And it was not that impressive. I kind of expected, especially around this area right here, to start seeing an uptick in my sales. But as you can kind of tell, I had a spotty, random amount of sales throughout the month. And I think I was pretty much in what some resellers call eBay jail for not being super consistent through over the last 3 months. And it wasn't until the end of the month where I started to get consistent sales. Now, we didn't have any huge spikes, but it was pretty consistently 100, I think 80 on the low end and 130 on the high end. And that's more of what I'm looking for. If I'm listing 5, I'm selling 3 and having it be a little bit more consistent with through eBay. But to be honest, a lot of times we're never really sure what makes sales go up and down. I feel like January people are kind of hungover on spending from the holidays. So maybe this first half of the month didn't even count. I was out of eBay jail. Maybe I was never even in eBay jail. Maybe it was just the economy and how much money people are spending. We don't really know. But anyways, I was pretty happy to start seeing this, and I started to feel like pretty confident that the store was going to start heading in the right direction. I was hoping that this was going to be black and white, super, like a huge difference. And oh my God, what a difference. In this video, I could come in and be like, I listed every single day and in January, and my sales exploded. I'm selling 5 items a day and I'm listing 5 items a day, and I'm going to scale to 10. And I would have loved to have done that, but it didn't really happen. And there's a lot of different variables, like I just explained. I'm pretty proud of the consistency. I am a little bummed because we look at the total sales number. I was down versus 2025, and January of 2025, I took about 2.5 week break from eBay and was just shipping. So my 2025 with 2.5 weeks of a break, I did a little bit less working every single day of the month. But that brings us to February, and this is the first 5 days. I haven't had any sales today, so I'm skipping the 6th. But as you can see, finally, something's going on here. I'm up 100% versus the 5 days previous, the last 5 days of January, selling just under 5 a day. This is what I was looking for a little bit early in January, but I'm hoping that this runs into February and maybe we have a great February. My plan is to continue my listing every single day. I'd like that average. I was sitting at 5.3 items per day listed. I'd like to bring that a little bit closer to 6 or 7, because my goal is to double the size of my store from 1,000 items to 2,000 items. And I want to double the sales that I'm doing in the store so I can make more money and kind of take this this eBay store to the next level. So I'm pretty proud of this. It could be a complete fluke. It might have been just random, but it might have been that eBay is seeing my consistency over the last 36 days or so and saying, oh, okay, here's some more traffic. I don't know. That's kind of our guesstimate. Generally when I'm listing every single day, I find myself getting more sales because I'm putting more stuff on the store. When I'm, being lazy and not, you see less. So it might have nothing to do with the algorithm and there's no such thing as eBay jail, but I kind of tend to believe that we put ourselves in our own jail and by not doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is listing every single day. And the last takeaway I would have is I found this relatively interesting. The sales conversion rate over the last 30 days is up 51.1%. I think this is awesome. I think this is a direct correlation to me listing every single day. So even though I didn't see the money necessarily, I'm seeing more people click on my items and buy them more often. And that is always going to be good. That's the prerequisite for selling the item. They have to click the item and then they have to buy it. So I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to hopefully get that up a little bit higher. I do mostly men's clothing, some vintage. So this number generally is relatively low. If I was selling 20% off, MSRP Nikes, maybe the conversion rate would be 25% or 50% or something, but I'm not selling those kind of things. So overall, I'm pretty happy. I didn't see the metrics on eBay go exactly where I wanted them to be, but we're clearly growing the store. We're growing the amount of items that we have in the store. that are available to be purchased, and the item has to be in the store to sell. So if it's just sitting in your closet or in a box or in a bin and you haven't listed it yet, it can't be sold. That seems pretty obvious. Anyways, I just am going to kind of document my journey over the course of this year in trying to double my listings from 1,000 to 2,000, document trying to make twice as much money this year, and the little things that I'm going to do along the way, I'm going to document it. I'll probably do a mid-February video that kind of goes over what we just looked at, and so we can compare and contrast, and then maybe a video in February, at the end of February, looking at the numbers completely, and we can kind of compare and contrast via the eBay app, or the eBay website, which will give us the graphs and the things we want to look at. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it gives you the motivation to get out, get your death pile going, out and shop more. These are things I'm working on too. Come along with my journey, come with me, and maybe you'll learn some stuff on the way. Maybe you just want to hear me yap about eBay stuff. I don't know, but I do appreciate it. If you've listened this far, you are awesome. Eventually we'll have instead of just having a screen with eBay on it, I'll have a camera that'll show me talking instead, and then I can pull stuff up. Subscribe, like, comment, do that thing. It super helps me out if you're interested to see where this channel is going to go, and I appreciate it. I hope you have a great day and a great week on eBay. Peace.